How y'all doing? Clint from the Doorway to do another one of those reviews you love so much. Today is Saturday, April 17th, 2021. We are going to be doing a record from a label called Upstate Records. Band is called Bushido Code, and the album is called The Ronin. If I do remember correctly, it came out yesterday. It is a full length. Looks like it is digital and CD only. The album cover is pretty badass. It's got like the whole Bushido thing with heads on pikes and looks like a samurai, and it's just really freaking cool. You can see it in the corner. If you like, and this is probably the first time I'm going to say thrashcore, because it is the mixture of old school hardcore and thrash metal with a little bit of death metal overtones, you are going to love this record. This kind of has this really old school vibe. If you remember the band like Marauder, they remind me a lot of them. They also kind of remind me a lot of like old school New York City and Boston hardcore as well too. And then they throw in that kind of New York City old school thrash metal vibe. That's the best way I can explain it. Band's out of Pennsylvania. Looks like they have a couple of releases out before this, from what I'm looking at. Nothing major, but a few before this. And this one's called The Ronin. So, let's listen to the very first track, which is called The Ronin. There's a good taste of it. I gave you almost half the goddamn song, but hey, who cares? That's what this is all about, right? Looks like they're distroed through Blood Blast, which is Nuclear Blast is digital label. So Upstate and Blood Blast, very cool. But yeah, see how it has that like Marauder, old Anthrax kind of, I don't know, just that NYC thrash kind of vibe. I don't know if you guys remember a lot of those NJ or New Jersey and New York thrash metal bands, but that's kind of what it reminds me of. And then I don't disagree that it's got kind of a old school hardcore vibe too, where like All Out War and Agnostic in Front and stuff like that's also a part of the element here. But let's listen to another one of the 9 tracks, and looks like this one is track number 2, and it's called Aftermath.
A man can run out of things to lose his purpose, become a Ronin, samurai without a mask. I can end your eternity, make you immortal. There's a sickness
This one kind of totally reminds me of early Biohazard mixed with like Leeway and stuff like that. But it's still got those thrash elements that are just really cool, and those death metal vocals just kind of where they're verging on like thrashcore. I don't know, man, like hardcore and thrash vocals, but they have that death metal overtone. I think that track Aftermath was really impressive. Really impressive. Bushido Code album's called The Ronin. Came out yesterday on Upstate Records. Looks like it's digitally through Blood Blast, which is part of Nuclear Blast, so that's badass as well too. Digitally and CD available. Let's jump into track number 4. This is called Relic of War.
From undying mind, a creator and master of pain, loyal to kings and tyrants, not death, yet the same. A quiet soldier, afraid to speak, only repressed men sing me. I shall never sleep. Take a hold of my road, a relic of war, a relic of war. I hate meat, I hate bones, a stomping horse. Live by me, die by me, a relic of war, a relic of war. I hate meat, I hate bones, a stomping horse.
That's the goodest place any to stop. It's got such a thundering low end and such a rumbling just thickness to it. And those vocals just make you want to start a pit up, man. And those riffs are just, from the guitars, are catchy as fuck. Like, Bushido Code, you mix all the best elements of old school thrash and hardcore and just these magical moments for me. All the bands I've kind of talked about, it just kind of keeps layering on from there. Let's listen to another track. This is track number 6. It's called 1600.
Everyone you know wants a living no longer their own. The way you hold, to fall to death like the ones before. Names of the dead, women still laying in earth. Haunted by souls, millions of bones as your feet. There was no hope in the road, so they lay running away. So many graves, the number untold. Just a vision, that's what we own. There is a violent legacy. All the time is vanity. So is every battle for eternity. For eternity. Names of the dead, women still laying in earth. Haunted by souls, millions of bones at your feet. Names of the dead.
The more and more I listen to it, the more and more it absolutely is a crossover record. That's why the thrash and the hardcore work so well together. But it reminds me of like DRI and Leeway and I don't know. There's so many other bands that did that kind of music back then. Murphy's Law, even at a certain point in time, I would say was more of a crossover band as well too. But that one just kind of had these DRI elements to me again. Keeps pulling from that mostly New York and kind of California vibe for thrash, though. There's even some really interesting like Testament and I'd say things along those lines. vibes going on. Maybe even like early Metallica kind of riffs going on too. But let's listen to another track because I'm really digging what we're hearing. I hope you are too. This is track number 8. It's called Loyalty.
Down from the sky, the blood falls and the body's mine. You must put your fears aside. That price you're gonna die. Your best friend bleeding out to the right. Yelling all down, coming to the light. Grab your weapon, get ready for a fight. I'd rather die than be left behind. Here they come, hold your breath. The killing fields are lit in red. In the mud, face down, paralyzed, ballast down, over for the fear of the shreds. Look to right, he's already dead. Here I am, all alone, skin and dead. I will fight on everyone is victim till it's time to pay up. But it's the loyalty in me that knows that I will be mine. Not down.
Alright, I think that's enough of a buffet of sounds from Bushido Code. We're going to wrap this up now. Bushido Code, The Ronin, on Upstate Records, came out on digital and CD yesterday, April 16th. Mix of crossover, thrash, hardcore, a little bit of death metal, grooving as all hell, makes you want to just stomp around and slam in a pit. This is just a kick-ass record. You don't have to break the mold to make something good, and Bushido Code just made something good. These boys are out of Pennsylvania from what it looks like. And again, out on Upstate Records. Looks like it's through Blood Blast, which is Nuclear Blast's digital distro as well. I'll put links to their Bandcamp and Facebook pages so you can support the band and talk to them as well. You like this underground stuff that I do, you want to see more underground reviews and more in detail reviews like this, guys, I need you to subscribe to the YouTube page. The more subscribers, the better. If we can get to over 500 subscriptions, I will do a giveaway. I run my own record label, and I'll give away some CDs from my label, Dead Games Records. But we need to get to 500 subscriptions. We're at like 60 something right now. Let's do it, man. If we can hit 500, I will give away a couple of packs of releases to a few subscribers. Again, like and subscribe to the YouTube, Instagram TV pages. That's really what I'm hoping for. Again, Clint from the Doorway 2. Until next time, thank you guys so very much, and see ya.